If you want to know the exact rate you should refinance at in 2026, this video is going to make it incredibly simple for you. There is a formula that works for almost every homeowner. And once you know your personal refinance threshold, you'll never have to guess again. Or keep asking Google at 1 a.m. like it's your therapist. All right, welcome back. I'm Mike Sadikian, and I help homeowners, buyers, and investors get the best mortgage strategies nationwide. So if you're sitting on a loan from 2022, 2023, or even 2024 and 2025, and you've wondered, should I refinance when rates drop? This video is gonna give you the clear answer. No hype, no confusion, just math PTSD, just real numbers anyone can follow. So let's get into it. The real refinance threshold, your magic number. Most homeowners think they need a massive drop in rates before it makes sense to refinance, and that's simply not true. Here's the real rule for 2026. A drop of 0.5% to 1% can unlock huge savings depending on your loan balance. Here's why. Your payment is not linear. A small reduction in rate creates a bigger reduction in interest over time. So here is your first guideline. If your new rate is at least 0.75% lower than your current one, you should at least run numbers at a minimum. If your new rate is 1% lower, refinancing is almost always worth taking a hard look at. And if it's more than 1% lower, congratulations, you've just entered the stop overthinking and call Mike zone. Now, when that rule does not apply, there are a few situations where a 1% drop is not enough. The first one is if your loan balance is usually under $200,000, the savings might just be too small. The second situation is you might be planning on moving in the next 2 to 3 years, and you may not hit that break-even point, so refinancing just may not make sense for you. And the third person it usually doesn't make sense for is if they've locked in an ultra low rate from like 2020 or 2021, refinancing rarely makes sense. Those were the glory days. Rates were so low, they practically needed parental supervision. However, for most homeowners with loans from 2022 through 2025, the 1% rule is very accurate. So let's talk about how to calculate your break-even point using simple math. Your break-even point is the most important number in refinancing. So here's the formula. Break-even equals total refinance costs divided by monthly savings. Let me give you an example. If refinancing costs $7,000 and you save $200 per month, your break-even point is about 35 months. Now, if you save $400 per month, your break-even drops to about under 18 months. This is where people suddenly start loving math again, because saving money always hits different. So let's dive into some real payment examples at $400,000, at $700,000, and at $1 million. Let's make this easy to visualize. These are simple examples based on 30-year fixed mortgages. And to keep it real, yes, the numbers might look a little bit different for you, so please don't comment, actually, my payment is. I already know everyone's loan is like everyone's diet, slightly different and usually more expensive than expected. So let's take a look at a $400,000 loan. At 6.5%, your payment is about $25-28 per month. Now, at 5.5%, your payment drops to about $22.71 per month, saving you just over $257 per month. And at 5%, your payment drops to about $21.47 per month, saving you close to about $400 per month. Now let's take a look at a $700,000 loan balance example. At 6.5%, your payment is around $44.24. Now at 5.5%, your payment drops to around $39.55, saving you about $470 per month. And at 5%, your payment is around $37.57, saving you close to about $700 per month. And the third example is $1 million loan. At 6.5%, your payment is around $61.60. At 5.5%, your payment drops to around $5,650, saving you a little over $510 per month. And at 5%, your payment drops to around $53.68, saving you close to about $800 per month. This is why a 1% drop in rate matters so much. The higher your loan amount, the more powerful the savings become. It's kind of like Costco. The more you buy, the more you save. Except in this scenario, it's actually true. Now let's look at rate comparisons for people who bought in 2022, 2023, or even 2024. If you bought your home in 2023 or 2024, your rate is likely somewhere between 6 and 8%. So yeah, you've been through it. So here's what it means for you in 2026. If rates hit 6%, which we're at about right now, it's absolutely worth running the numbers. If rates hit 5.5%, it's absolutely worth getting pre-qualified. And if rates hit 5%, you're almost guaranteed to save money. And if rates even drop lower than 5, it's just an absolute no-brainer. It's like finding money in your winter jacket. The people who benefit the most from 2026 refi cycle are the ones who locked in during the high rate years. How long you should plan to stay in your home? This part is pretty simple. If you plan to move in less than about 2 years, refinancing probably does not make a lot of sense unless you get a very large monthly savings. If you plan to stay 3 to 5 years, the break-even timeline becomes very important. And if you're planning to stay 5 years or longer, even moderate savings add up to tens of thousands of dollars. It's the closest thing to passive income most people will ever get. So let me give you my final thoughts. Knowing the exact rate you should refinance at in 2026 comes down to 3 things. Number 1, your current rate. Number 2, your loan balance. And number 3, your break-even timeline. Once you understand those 3 things, you will never wonder if it's the right time to refinance again. My job is to help you calculate them clearly so you don't have to miss a rate window or refinance at the wrong time, because rate windows close faster than concert tickets in 2025. So if you want your free break-even analysis for 2026, click the link below. I will personally run your numbers, calculate your refinance threshold, and show you exactly what rate makes sense for your personal situation. No pressure, just clarity, peace of mind, and hopefully a lower payment so you can stop side-eyeing your mortgage every single month. I'm Mike Sadikian. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.